The fall of the Serpent Fortress. The walls of the Serpent Fortress groaned. Cracks raced across the stone ceiling. Massive boulders crashed into the prison corridors, trapping serpent warriors beneath the rubble. Queen Amina knelt beside Queen Adana's lifeless body. For a moment, the battle around her disappeared. The woman who had stolen her childhood, the woman who had ruled with cruelty, had given her life to save another. Amina gently closed Adana's eyes. May you finally find the peace you never had. Your Majesty, Prince Kalechi shouted. We have to go. The fortress was collapsing faster by the second. The Shadow King lifted Queen Adana's body onto his shoulder. No one who died protecting the innocent will be left behind. Together, they raced through the crumbling tunnels. Behind them, Lord Namdi stood untouched. He raised the glowing serpent stone high above his head. The black crystal pulsed with terrible power. You cannot escape your destiny. Dark energy spread through the fortress like a living storm. The stone walls began to twist. The tunnels shifted. Paths that had once led to freedom now became dead ends. Mama Ifegaspt. The serpent stone is changing the mountain itself. The rescue party reached a fork in the tunnel. 3 passages stretched before them. General Obiora's old map was now useless. Prince Kalechi looked at Amina. Which way? Before she could answer, Princess Adiz noticed a small carving of 2 lions on the wall. The symbol of the twin crowns. Amina touched it. A hidden door slowly opened, revealing a narrow passage bathed in soft, golden light. My mother left us another way, Amina whispered. As they hurried through the secret passage, Lord Namdi appeared behind them with dozens of serpent warriors. You cannot run forever. The Shadow King turned to Amina. Take them to safety. I'll hold him here. Amina shook her head. No. We fight together. The Shadow King smiled. Sadly, for too many years, I fought for revenge. Today, I fight for my family. Before anyone could stop him, he slammed the ancient stone door shut from the inside. The heavy gate locked into place. Amina pounded on the door. Uncle, open it. His voice echoed from the other side. Tell the people. Prince Aziel died long ago. Only your uncle remained. Then the sounds of battle erupted beyond the door. Steel clashed. War cries echoed. Then, silence. With tears in her eyes, Amina led the others out of the mountain. The moment they reached the valley below, a thunderous roar echoed behind them. The entire Serpent Fortress collapsed into the mountainside. A massive cloud of dust rose into the sky. No one could tell who had survived. Back at the palace, the kingdom mourned 2 fallen heroes. General Obiora, Queen Adana. Statues were commissioned in their honor. Not to celebrate perfection, but to remember that courage and redemption can come from unexpected places. As the people gathered in the royal square, a rider arrived from the northern border. His horse was exhausted. He fell to his knees before Queen Amina. Your Majesty, the northern villages are safe. The crowd cheered. But his voice trembled. A new army is approaching from the eastern desert. Everyone fell silent. What banner do they carry? Amina asked. The messenger swallowed hard. They carry no lion. No serpent. Only a silver phoenix. Mama F's eyes widened. The Phoenix Kingdom. Prince Kalechi frowned. I thought they disappeared centuries ago. Mama F whispered. So did everyone else. At that moment, another messenger handed Amina a sealed scroll. The seal was not a serpent. Not a lion. A silver phoenix with outstretched wings. Amina broke the seal and read the message aloud. To Queen Amina, Keeper of the Crown of Light. We have watched your battle from afar. The Serpent Order is only one branch of a far older evil. If you wish to save your kingdom, come alone. There was no signature. Only 3 words beneath the message. We know everything. Amina slowly looked toward the eastern horizon. A new mystery had begun. Far beneath the ruins of the Serpent Fortress, a hand pushed through the broken stones. It was covered in dust. But on one finger, a black ring, cracked down the middle, still gleamed. The hand tightened into a fist. A familiar voice whispered. The kingdom of the Silver Phoenix will reveal whether the survivor beneath the ruins is the Shadow King or Lord Namdi, and why the mysterious Phoenix Kingdom has been watching Amina's destiny since the day she was born. The Serpent's Secret. The ancient chamber fell into complete silence. Queen Amina tightened her grip on the true royal crown. Hundreds of masked serpent warriors stood in a perfect circle around her, their swords raised. No one moved. Then, a loud sound echoed through the chamber. Boom! The massive stone doors slammed shut behind them. There is no escape, a deep voice said. The warriors slowly stepped aside. From the darkness emerged a tall figure dressed in black robes decorated with silver serpent symbols. His face was hidden beneath a hood. Only his cold eyes could be seen. The Shadow King bowed slightly. "My queen," he said. Everyone froze. Prince Kalechi frowned. "You bowed to him?" The mysterious man removed his hood. An elderly man with white hair and a long scar across his face stared directly at Queen Amina. "I am Lord Nana," he said, "the first guardian of the Serpent Order." Mama Ife gasped. "I thought you died 40 years ago." Lord Nana smiled. "The world believed what I wanted it to believe." He slowly walked toward a giant stone wall. With a gentle touch, ancient symbols began to glow. The wall rumbled. Another hidden chamber opened. Inside stood dozens of golden statues, wearing crowns identical to the one Amina carried. Prince Kalechi whispered, "So many crowns." Lord Nana nodded. "Because yours is not the only royal kingdom." Everyone stared in disbelief. "There were once 7 royal kingdoms," he continued, "each protected by a sacred crown. But greed destroyed 6 of them." Queen Amina looked at the crown in her hands. "So, this crown is the last sacred crown," Lord Nana finished. "If it falls into darkness, every kingdom that remains will fall." Suddenly, a loud scream echoed from the hidden chamber. One of the serpent warriors collapsed. Black smoke poured from beneath his mask. Then another warrior screamed. And another. One after another, the warriors began falling to the ground. The chamber shook violently. Dust rained from the ceiling. Lord Nana's face turned pale. "No. It's happening sooner than expected." The floor cracked open. A terrifying roar echoed from deep beneath the earth. Prince Kalechi drew his sword. What was that? Lord Nana looked directly at Queen Amina. "The true guardian of the sacred crowns has awakened." The crack widened. A gigantic golden claw burst through the stone floor. Its sharp talons shattered the ancient tiles. The creature began pulling itself out of the darkness. Its glowing eyes locked onto Queen Amina, and the true royal crown in her hands. The Golden Guardian. The ancient chamber shook violently. The gigantic golden claw smashed through the broken floor, sending pieces of stone flying in every direction. The serpent warriors stumbled back in fear. Even Lord Nana lowered his head. "It has awakened." A deafening roar echoed through the underground kingdom. Slowly, the creature emerged. Its body was covered in shimmering golden scales that reflected the light from the ancient torches. Massive wings unfolded behind it, and glowing blue eyes scanned everyone in the chamber. It was neither beast nor dragon. It was the Golden Guardian, the immortal protector of the sacred crowns. Queen Amina held the true royal crown tightly against her chest. The Guardian's eyes fixed on her. For a long moment, it did nothing. Prince Kalechi stepped in front of Amina with his sword raised. "If you want the queen, you'll have to face me first." The Guardian let out a low growl. Then, to everyone's surprise, it spoke. Its voice echoed like thunder. "I do not seek the queen. I seek the one whose heart carries betrayal." Silence filled the chamber. The Guardian slowly turned its glowing gaze toward the crowd. One by one it looked at the serpent warriors. Then at Lord Nana. Then at Mama F. Finally, its eyes stopped on the Shadow King. Everyone gasped. The Shadow King took a slow step backward. "You are mistaken," he said. The Guardian's eyes blazed brighter. "You carry the mark of the broken oath." Before anyone could react, the Guardian swung its massive tail. Boom! The ground cracked beneath the Shadow King, forcing him to leap away. The serpent warriors rushed forward to protect him. A fierce battle erupted. Prince Kalechi and the royal guards fought bravely, clashing with the masked warriors. Steel rang against steel. The chamber echoed with shouts and the clash of swords. Mama F hurried to Queen Amina's side. "My queen," she whispered urgently. "Look at the crown." Amina looked down. The true royal crown was glowing. Ancient symbols appeared around its rim. Words slowly revealed themselves. "Only the worthy may unite the 7 crowns." As Amina read the final word, a beam of golden light shot from the crown to the ceiling. The entire chamber trembled. Far away, beyond the mountains, 6 distant pillars of light burst into the sky. Lord Nana stared in horror. "No. The other sacred crowns have answered the call." The Shadow King's expression darkened. He smiled for the first time. So, the hunt begins. He threw a black crystal onto the ground. A cloud of thick smoke exploded across the chamber. When it cleared, the Shadow King was gone. But he had not fled alone. The true royal crown had vanished from Queen Amina's hands. Amina stared at her empty palms in disbelief. Prince Kalechi turned sharply. The crown. It's been stolen again. Somewhere in the darkness, the Shadow King's laughter echoed through the tunnels. The next time we meet, all 7 crowns will be mine. The hunt for the first crown. For a moment, no one spoke. Queen Amina stared at her empty hands. The true royal crown was gone. Prince Kalechi slammed his sword into the stone floor. We were so close. The golden guardian closed its glowing eyes. The crown still lives. Everyone looked at the creature. It cannot be hidden forever. The sacred crown chooses its rightful ruler. Queen Amina stepped forward. Then tell us where he has taken it. The guardian raised one massive claw. In the air, a golden map slowly appeared. 7 glowing circles shone across the ancient kingdoms. One circle flashed bright red. The Shadow King seeks the first crown, the guardian said. It rests inside the Temple of Dawn. Lord Nana's face grew pale. No one has entered that temple in over 500 years. Why? Prince Kalechi asked. Because its guardian is not defeated by strength, but by truth. Suddenly, the chamber began collapsing. Huge rocks crashed from the ceiling. We must leave. Mama Ifis Chautith. The golden guardian spread its enormous wings. A powerful gust of wind swept everyone onto its back. With one mighty leap, it burst through the collapsing roof and soared into the night sky. Below them, the ancient chamber disappeared beneath tons of falling stone. From the air, Queen Amina watched the ruins in silence. The Shadow King had escaped. But the hunt had only just begun. As dawn approached, the guardian landed on a lonely mountain overlooking the kingdom. There is little time, it warned. The Shadow King is already on his way to the Temple of Dawn. Queen Amina turned to her companions. Then we leave now. Prince Kalechi nodded. The kingdom can wait. If he gathers the 7 crowns, there will be no kingdom left to protect. Mama F handed Amina a small leather pouch. Inside was the golden locket Amina had found before. It has guided you once, Mama F said softly. It will guide you again. Just then, a royal guard galloped toward them on horseback, covered in dust and blood. He fell to his knees before Queen Amina. Your Majesty, the palace has been attacked. Amina's heart stopped. What happened? The guard struggled to breathe. The enemy came while we were gone. The royal treasury has been emptied. The sacred scroll of kings has been stolen. And tears filled his eyes. They have taken Princess Zara. Prince Kalechi's face turned pale. My sister. Far away, hidden inside a dark fortress, Princess Zara slowly opened her eyes. Chains bound her wrists. The Shadow King stood before her, holding the stolen true royal crown. He smiled coldly. Welcome, Princess. You are the final key. The final war. The Shadow King's fortress stood on the edge of the black cliffs, hidden beneath storm clouds. Princess Zara struggled against her chains. The Shadow King placed the true royal crown on a stone altar. Beside it lay the sacred scroll of kings. He smiled. Tonight, the 7 crowns will become one. At sunrise, Queen Amina, Prince Kalechi, Mama F, Lord Nana, the Golden Guardian, and the royal army reached the fortress. Amina stepped forward. This ends today. The fortress gates burst open. Thousands of serpent warriors poured out. The final battle had begun. Prince Kalechi led the royal guards into the fight. Steel clashed against steel. The Golden Guardian soared through the sky, scattering enemy soldiers with its mighty wings. Mama F used the ancient blessings of the royal ancestors to shield the wounded. Inside the fortress, Amina fought her way toward the throne room. There stood the Shadow King. The true royal crown floated above the altar, surrounded by 6 ghostly crowns made of golden light. You are too late, he laughed. The 7 crowns have answered my call. Suddenly, the room shook. The 6 ghostly crowns became solid, each glowing with a different color. Lord Nana whispered in horror. The 7 sacred crowns. The Shadow King reached out to claim them, but the crowns refused to move. Instead, they floated toward Queen Amina. One by one, they circled above her head. The room filled with blinding golden light. The Shadow King screamed in rage. No, they belong to me. He attacked Amina with a sword forged from black crystal. A fierce duel followed. Every strike shook the throne room. Prince Kalechi rescued Princess Zara, breaking her chains. Together, they rushed to help Amina. At the height of the battle, the Shadow King knocked Amina to the floor. His sword pointed at her heart. It's over. Before he could strike, Princess Zara stepped in front of Amina. The blade pierced Zara's shoulder. "Run," she cried. Prince Kalechi roared with anger and charged the Shadow King. Their swords collided with a thunderous crash. At that moment, the Golden Guardian burst through the roof. "Queen Amina," it thundered. "The crowns have chosen." Amina stood. She lifted her hand. All 7 crowns united into a single radiant crown of light. The light engulfed the Shadow King. He let out one final scream before disappearing into a cloud of black ash. The serpent warriors dropped their weapons. The war was over. As peace settled over the fortress, the crown of light slowly separated back into the 7 sacred crowns. Each crown floated toward the horizon, returning to the kingdoms they were meant to protect. Only the true royal crown remained in Amina's hands. Lord Nana smiled. The prophecy has been fulfilled. Just then, the Golden Guardian looked toward the eastern sky. It is not over. Everyone turned. Far away, a brilliant white light rose from beyond the mountains. The Guardian bowed its head. The first king has awakened. Queen Amina tightened her grip on the crown. Who is the first king? The Guardian replied quietly. The one who created the 7 crowns. A queen's destiny. The white light spread across the morning sky. Everyone stood in silence. The Golden Guardian slowly knelt. The first king has returned. From the glowing light, an elderly man dressed in white and gold robes appeared. A simple golden staff rested in his hand, and kindness shone in his eyes. Queen Amina stepped forward. "Are you the first king?" The old man smiled. "I was the first guardian chosen to protect the 7 crowns. My time ended centuries ago, but my spirit remained to watch over those worthy enough to wear the true royal crown." He looked at Amina with pride. "You have passed every test." Amina lowered her head. "I only did what was right." The first king nodded. "That is why the crown chose you." He raised his staff, and a warm golden light spread across the battlefield. The wounded soldiers, including Princess Zara, were healed. Their injuries disappeared, and they slowly rose to their feet. Cheers filled the air. Prince Kalechi embraced his sister tightly. "I thought I had lost you." Princess Zara smiled through tears. "I'm still here." Mama F wiped away joyful tears. "Our kingdom has been given another chance." The first king turned to Lord Nana. "You carried the burden of guarding the secret for many years. Your duty is complete." Lord Nana removed the serpent emblem from his robe and placed it on the ground. "The Order of the Serpent ends today." The remaining serpent warriors removed their masks and knelt before Queen Amina. "We ask for mercy." Amina looked around at the people who had suffered because of hatred and deception. She remembered the pain she had endured when she was only a maid falsely accused of stealing the crown. She could choose revenge. Or she could choose peace. She lifted the true royal crown high. "From this day forward, there will be no more kingdoms ruled by fear. I forgive those who truly repent. But justice will remain for those who refuse peace." The people erupted in applause. The first king smiled. "You have become greater than a ruler. You have become a true queen." He gently touched the true royal crown. Its golden light settled upon Amina's head. The crown fit perfectly, as if it had always belonged to her. The Golden Guardian spread its magnificent wings one final time. "My watch has ended." Its body slowly transformed into thousands of golden lights that floated into the sky like stars before disappearing forever. Months later, the kingdom flourished like never before. The palace gates remained open to the people. The royal treasury was used to build schools, hospitals, and homes for widows and orphans. Prince Kalechi and Princess Zara stood faithfully beside Queen Amina, helping rebuild the kingdom. Mama F became the royal elder, honored by all for her wisdom. One evening, as the sun set behind the palace, Amina stood on the same balcony where her journey had begun. She smiled as children played freely in the palace gardens. Prince Kalechi joined her. "You know," he said with a grin, "it all started with a maid accused of stealing a crown." Amina laughed softly. "No. It started with the courage to stand for the truth." The palace bells rang across the kingdom. Hope had returned. Peace had prevailed. And the legend of the maid who stole the crown would be told for generations. Not as the story of a thief, but as the story of a humble young woman who became the greatest queen her kingdom had ever known.